summer drawing to a close here in the Southeast. The roof is closed at the wondrous Mercedes-Benz Stadium due to the hot temps still outside here in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the second most in his career. 31 touchdown passes, and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Gain of 8.
Second and 2.
At the 33-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
At the 34-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now Wilson. Sliding out. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's outfield. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Matt Ryan, the longtime Falcon, a veteran who's been in the league since '08, ready to guide this Atlanta offense.
I always enjoy reflecting on Matt Ryan's career at this stage because when he came out of the draft, he was the number 3 pick overall. There were plenty of doubters out there about whether he should have gone in that slot. I don't think you can find any of those doubters now. One of the top quarterbacks in the NFL.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
And there's a run there by Todd Gurley. We all know he's looking to rebound from the least productive season of his career. And I think Atlanta presents him a great opportunity to do just that. They'll use him really well running it as well as catching it out of the backfield.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
He's got to have the hook up to Gage. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
First and 10.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's Calvin Ridley on the receiving end from Matt Ryan. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Play 2 to kick off for Atlanta.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
25 yards.
Well, the Seahawks going to work here once again offensively. You look back to last year, Charles, 11-5, the final tally. They got a playoff win in Philly before falling in Green Bay. And look, we've sat here and talked about this team year after year. Could this be the year that they fall off? And every year, they seem to go out and make the playoffs. So I guess I ask you yet again, CD, could this be the year that they fall off?
Well, it certainly could, but I don't believe it will be, because this is a franchise that knows how to continue to upgrade their roster. Witness Jamal Adams coming in from the Jets in a big-time trade. They gave up 2 first-round picks for him, but in their style of defense, that safety is so important, and Jamal Adams may be the best in the game. So this is a team that always is thinking about winning and winning big. Jamal Adams represents that, and oh yeah, on the other side of the ball, they got a quarterback by the name of Russell Wilson, who keeps you in each and every game. What was their record last year in games decided by 8 points or less? I think they were 10-2.
10-2. Yeah, 10-2. Think about that. So 11-5. You know, they could become 3-13, but I don't think that would happen.
I don't see that happening at all. It's a very mentally tough, aware team that likes to compete, and they're always going to be in the thick of a race.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Airing it out for Olsen. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg Olsen, 59 yards. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Well, the Falcon offense ready to go here, and last season for them, Charles, a 7-9 finish. But not too many talking about the Falcons in the lead up to 2020. Certainly all the focus in the NFC South has gone to Tampa Bay and New Orleans. And could this team, will they surprise folks and jump into contention for the division title?
They certainly believe so, and they thought they should have been in contention the last couple of seasons. Remember, they went 6-2 over the last half of last season. So they thought they were starting to figure things out, and now they acquired Todd Gurley to help run the football. But defensively, they've got to get a pass rush. Just 28 sacks last year, second fewest in the league. Vic Beasley's now in Tennessee. They need Tack McKinley to rush the passer, and can they get the big output out of Dante Fowler, who they acquired this offseason? That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. It's complete to Lockett. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9.
What a great rookie campaign in 2019 for DK Metcalf, who came in with high expectations, was actually upset that he went in the 2nd round, not the 1st round, but quickly proved everyone wrong who didn't take him prior. 900 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns, and looks exactly like a Seattle Seahawks receiver is supposed to look. Big, strong, physical, and catches all the contested passes downfield. When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On second down now, it's Carson. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Dancing to his left.
Wilson on the keeper. The tackle made by Dante Fowler.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
First down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
It's always interesting when you get ready for a Seattle Seahawks game because when you think of their receivers, you think of these guys are going to be 6'3", 6'4", 225 pounds out on the perimeter. But Tyler Lockett, he shatters all of those thoughts. Much more like a water bug, but maybe their most trusted target downfield. Led Seattle with 1,057 yards last season, operates in the slot and outside, and as tough as any receiver in the NFL.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, that's complete, right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the rookie, A.J. Terrell. And nothing there on the return that got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Oh, Charles, after that interception in the Super Bowl from the 1-yard line, I thought Pete Carroll would run it inside the 5 every time.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe Pete did want to run it inside the 5. But Russell Wilson, you know he's such a competitor that he doesn't want that interception to stand, that maybe he wanted to be in that spot and say, hold it a second. I can throw a touchdown pass. Instead, he's victimized again.
And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good rally to the football, keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Looking deep for Julio. Coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
7 yards, the pickup there. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Working with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
First down, Seahawks.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Lockett with a grab over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Catch there by Julio Jones, and let's face it, we're almost running out of ways to say he's great. So let's put it into this context. Third among active players in receiving yards, starting 2020, just 852 yards behind tight end Jason Witten.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39, Ryan. Jones has it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 61 yards. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And this carries into the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. This is Carson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try to chip someone at the second level.
Wilson.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 11 yards there, first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They find Dorsett, it's complete.
Wilson.
A gain of 6 there on first.
To Philip Dorsett. A 6-yard pickup.
One thing about the Seattle Seahawks offense, they are a run-first group, but when they throw the ball, they want to throw it downfield and sting defenses, and Philip Dorsett provides great speed and a good target downfield in order to get that done. Nice catch there. His speed adds an extra dimension to the Seahawks offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Throwing again here, Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Smith. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Smith. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Philip Dorsett there to make the grab. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up second down. Now a handoff for Gurley. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 15 now. Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Caught by Jones. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Certainly some pressure here on Younghoe Koo. This for the lead in the final stages. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
17. Seahawks. 14.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So Wilson and the Seahawks down 17-14, a minute 50 to play. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
He's back to throw. He's got Lockett. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk 1st down. Chris Carson, the intended receiver. And now in 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Forced that, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
It's 2nd down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Score, Falcons.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.